best-of-3 game here to decide who's going to be going to the lower bracket or who will be facing one of two teams tomorrow in the consolidation match, either Hellraisers or Fnatic. So here it comes. Yes, Epsilon indeed will be starting on the terrorist side, and they are already setting up for a bit of a smoke play towards the bomb site, but actually Delito's going to be pushing quite aggressively, and he spots a lot of people, so great information gained here from the CT side. They should know, and in fact, look at the setup. They definitely know. They have almost 4 people at this A bomb site, and they're going to keep them here.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like they have an idea of what Epsilon we're going to go for here. But the nades haven't been used yet by Epsilon. They're still floating back there with those, with the smoke, with the flashes. They haven't really used anything too much. They still got 3 guys with Kevlar. Not a lot of damage taken at all, actually. It's only PM who's been tagged down a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure this slowdown from Epsilon is because they did get spotted. So now they're waiting and hoping that Team Property is going to assume that maybe they're rotating back. And actually, if you look at Zed, he's the one rotating back towards the B bomb side. So that just tells you a little bit about the doubt that may be on the CT side here.
They made noise running away, dude. This is a fake from Epsilon. They sent one guy running back and you saw the instant reaction. But now it looks like the smokes flashes. Everything's going to go raining in here, and it's going to be an A take from Epsilon. They're just going to speed up behind this. 3 guys, soon to be 4, are here for Property, though. And this is going to turn into a blender.
Oh, Delito does take down the first kill, but Foxio will drop the next guy, and Delito going for a battle will drop the bomb, but he's trying to reload right in the face of GMX. And Delpan is on 6 health. Trying to jump down. Gotta be careful about the gravity then. The bomb will be planted, and there's nothing Delpan can do anymore. Spitfire shows off right afterwards, so essentially they're fighting one at a time here, and it's gonna be easy to finish off the last kill. So Epsilon, they make their smoke round work, only they slowed it down quite a bit. And I kind of wish we could replay that round without Delito peeking, because I'm pretty sure what we would have seen is you would have seen Epsilon get really close to the main entrance of A, then wait there for a second until GMX throws the smoke, and then they would have gone within the first 10 seconds or something like that. Whereas instead now, they waited long enough for Team Property to maybe have some doubts about what was going on, and then they did it anyway. And it worked.
Ooh, not $1 spent in this round by Property. Not $1, not a cent. This is interesting. Okay, well, this leaves an option here for Property to go for a force buy in the next round. Be amazed if they did it, just because they are on the favored side, and it's still very early on in the half, but they could perhaps be planning some shenanigans here on the CT side. Epsilon, however, full buy on their side, no SMGs, so they, the buff, they don't care. Ooh, nice shots there.
Yeah, PM taking care of business. A little bit surprised that Foxio has actually picked up a scout on the terrorist side.
Well, at the same time, it's Foxio, right? Anything with the scope, and he's going to wreak havoc.
And he seems to be slightly crazy anyway, so maybe it's just it's just a thing. They're going to get into the bomb side either way. Spitfire's gone down. Zed is going to fall down. And Delito, well, he's trying his best with that soft gun pistol.
That's the USP is such a frustrating pistol. I mean, either you feel like God when you're landing the headshots and you're just like, yes, strike from the heavens, and then if you miss the shots, you just feel like you're shooting a squirt gun at them. Like, it's just horrible.
It doesn't work out so well.
All right, no crazy buys coming out here from Property, though. Just a little bit of money invested, $1,300 more or less. So CZ's picked up a smoke nade that goes down. Spitfire getting smoked up in mid, however, trying to lay perhaps a little bit of an ambush. This could be a big opportunity here for Property if Epsilon were to go for a mid play. But right now, Epsilon, they've got 3 guys floating around the entrance to B, and there just so happens to be nobody here. More interesting, however, is Delito actually pushing in through Squeak, trying to get into T-spawn here, and there's a man waiting around the corner. Scream now, he should be in a position to be able to spot this, though.
He's looking the wrong way, but so is Delito. He's going to go down. That sort of gives up the game. Now they definitely know that there's a lot of focus around the A bomb site. And they've also kind of checked half of B, so yeah. Epsilon finding the right angle and the right timing right now. The Delpan will take down Foxio. Should still be an easy bomb plant coming into this one.
They want Scream. They've got 2 guys heading over there right now. And they will manage to pick him up with that CZ-75. It's the farmer who picks up that gun, too. Now they have 2 rifles here. Well, the scout off Fox, but they've also picked up Scream's Galil. So this is a nice play here by Property. They've actually got some firepower to work with.
Surprised Delpan didn't land that shot. He's going to go down. Uzi didn't get tagged either, so that's a little bit of a shame. It would have been fun if they could have, kept a scout. But either way, they're going to be able to buy next round. So even saving the Galil, it's good if they can, but it's not really essential at this point. It's just fun.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world if they were to lose it. Still, you're holding on to $2,000, so you've got $2,000. You've got a smoke on you. It's not a bad play here for Zed to actually hold on to this. Maybe just have a little bit of money in reserve So they should be able to full buy regardless of, you know, basically they went for such a hard eco in the second round that they should have no trouble at all full buying here on property. And we can see that in the nades and the gear.
Yeah, and actually Lito picked up the ult for Delpan so he could get full grenades, and then in return he has nothing himself. So sacrificing himself a little bit for the team is kind of cool. Well, we'll see. Now's the time for Team Property to step it up, because we saw earlier how difficult it was getting these T rounds. Epsilon already being at 3 is a pretty good sign for them. They got the first kill on Delito as well. Zed trying to play a game here. Galil versus AK. Gotta be careful.
No, Uzi playing that well, dropping him down to 40 HP. Delpan is still here with that AWP, however, working on the CT. And look at how Property are holding right now. If Epsilon were to go for their smoke round on A, where they smoke off, where they use 2 smokes to block off CT spawn, this would be fantastic, actually. It would all come down to Zed really just trying to hold off the push. But it looks like Epsilon right now, at least they're gathering up for it. They may actually go for this play. Seems like they're getting in position to throw the smokes.
Yeah, and this is great because we were watching Hellraisers. We were kind of talking about how this round never really worked because none of the teams on the CT side ever were in a good position for it, or in a bad position, really. But this time, if Epsilon did it, you're right, it definitely worked a lot better. Zed would have to, you know, got the forklift all on his own, and the guy helping out, Delpan, would get smoked out. So, yeah, those are the smokes. Zed, now you're on your own. Delpan actually does really, this is a tough choice, but he runs through the smoke to try and get up close, and we'll see if it's going to work out or not. Zed here is going to get the opening shot on PM, but he's going to get overrun, and Delpan goes down to Scream. So, yeah, that's the downside of pushing up with the AWPs. If you miss your shot, you're dead.
Pretty much.
And if you stay on the other side, Zed is for sure dead, so, you know.
And do you attempt the retake when you're a man down already at the start of that play? Yeah. That's another thing that, you know, Property, it's going through their minds.
If we go to PM really quickly here, we can tell that this is the position. If Delpan was holding right here to begin with, and the smokes go down, which is what Hellraisers and actually Epsilon 2 are doing when they were on the CT side, it's a lot more effective. But him having to run for the smoke...
They have a smoke that blocks that part, though.
Yeah, but even then, it's easier to rotate around. Much easier than in Delpan's position when he was here. It's definitely much worse for him.
Being caught out in the open. Yeah. Farmer still manages to pick up GMX, so they're managing to do a little bit of damage here. Spitfire could get a freebie. He's going to get it. Nicely done. Scream is down, so that's 2 kills coming in here for Property. Still not bad work, but you've still got PM sitting on $10,000 bank right now, and Uzi full bot sitting at nearly 8. So this is still a very strong economy here on Epsilon side, whereas Property, they still have set because of that Galil he managed to hold on to. He's still got some decent bank, but the rest of them are pretty much kind of floating in the mid round. So it's going to be another round of eco here for Property.
That's 5 Molotovs on the Epsilon side. I'd love to see them try and just firebomb this B-bomb side. That could be so much fun.
Or get the headshot straight up. Delpan gone. Flash into mid, the Scream Tech take a look at the left. Yes, he does. It's going to be the spray battle, and it's actually going to be PM to find that frag. Coming in from the boost, so good save there. Spitfire with a nice nade on the GMX, though, is going to slow things down here on the B side, but it's still a 1-on-4 situation, and they know where he is now at this point.
They're hunting for him anyway. They could just go and put the bomb down at A, and then, you know, go back and try and fight him, but actually they're just like, nah, we'll just come and root you out of this bomb site, and Uzi will pick up this kill, make it a triple for himself, and put Epsilon at 5 rounds. Leaving Property, well, actually, there's a lot of money on Zed.
Yeah.
So Property, I mean, they've got some sort of bank going from that eco, but...
Just set, though. It's that Galil that he saved a couple rounds ago. That's what allows him to have more money than his compatriots. Now, however, you know, kind of drops down. He's still gonna have that extra 2,000 basically over the rest of his teammates at all times. But now Property have spent everything in this round, so it's the big time here for them to step up and actually get on this board.
Oh, what's GMX doing? Yeah, he's sneaking up. They boost right in front of him, and that smoke that was put up by them allows them to get that boost in. But GMX, is he gonna? If he looks up and checks the vent, he's going to see that it's broken, and that'll be a big sign. Yeah, oh, he should know, and that's an easy kill on Spitfire. Nicely done by GMX, just ninjaing his way in, and a great headshot onto the last player in that bomb site. That opens up everything. He's going to smoke up and
he pushes through!
Yeah, he's going to run through the smoke. This is a nice little mind game here. And this could be the first, well, a great round for Epsilon here. And Property, I mean, what could they do at this point?
Oh, GMX, the aggression from him. Unadulterated, and this is FXYO. Foxyo, he picks up Delito, but he's going to be able to make a getaway through the vents. He's not going to take the nade damage. Oh, 4 HP. But GMX was relentless this round. 3 frags for him, but more importantly, just completely opening up the B site and even pushing in with the aggression, making sure that Property couldn't get in position to be able to get anywhere near retaking that site. Like, him getting into CT like that stops the rotation cold. They have to get forced out into mid where he's got his mates waiting for him. So this is a really nice play coming in here from Epsilon. 6 rounds on the board now. T side of cash is just a very strong scoreline. And now Foxyo, peekaboo.
Oh, jumping headshot on Delpan. all is fair in love and war, but that was definitely a little bit dirty.
And GMX is still on a tear right now. Toledo nearly takes out one. He drops Scream to half. Uzi with the body block to save his mate.
That was such a kinky move by Fox Show. I'm wondering if, yeah, we're pretty going to see it at the end. That was really fun. 7-0. I mean, the score right now speaks for itself. Property, they aren't making much headway right now. I kind of wish they would go for like some aggression, because at this point you might as well just try and throw anything in there, right? So boost in the middle, move up towards the squeak door, even move in through A main if you want to, or go for the B push like we've seen a couple of people do. Again, they boost up, and GMX actually is going to get taken down. He was trying to shoot through there.
Yeah, nicely done there. Farmer getting a good read through that smoke. So Property actually have an entry frag to go off of here. Uzi just going for some 80-80 spray through into A main, hoping to get lucky and find somebody. It's going to be PM. Peekaboo picks out Spitfire. And the vents are now clear. There's only one guy holding, although the rotation is coming in from set to get over to this B site fairly quickly. But Epsilon seem to have their sight set on the A site, and this is looking like Scream trying to find that headshot, and he's not going to get it. Delpan makes it around the corner of quad boxes and stays alive.
Yeah, because Daliso took down the guy towards Squeak, he can come in and help out here. So right now, Epsilon are not in a great position. Zed is going to pick up 2 great kills. Scream falling, and now, well, Fox Joe, here's the bomb right behind him, but don't see him shooting his way out of this one.
No, that's... well, he's still got 39 seconds. Oh, but he's not going to be able to check around that corner, is he? Delpan is still there with that AWP. And there you go. Easy as you please. Delpan picks up the frag, and now Property are on the board. CT side. This is where the danger... this is where the danger like kind of sets in here for Property, because they're going to spend a lot of their money re-upping here. Although they still have a decent amount on 3 of their players, actually. So maybe they could go for some kind of force if they were to lose this round. I think they would, just because they're so ridiculously far behind now in the half.
Wonder what would have happened that round if Scream hadn't missed that pretty easy kill on the guy up with the 8 bombs. Yeah, you got a feeling maybe that could have changed a lot. But
definitely.
Property making the most out of surviving here, and they're finally on the scoreboard. And small steps, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, so it comes down to, I mean, Epsilon have got to be feeling pretty giddy right now as well. They've got 7 rounds at the beginning of the half on their T side, so it's about as good as it gets. And now they're just wondering, why the hell couldn't we bring this kind of performance versus Hellraisers, right? That's something for the past. Now it's all about Epsilon just, well, pushing their advantage here so far in this first half.
Kind of nice Molotov into the corner. I actually love to see Dalito walk into where the Molotov was just thrown, because in Epsilon's minds, they fully just checked that corner with the Molotov. So if he walks over there now, they might not even try and look. Instead, he's sort of in the bomb site with Delpan. This is not necessarily a great position. If Delpan keeps moving forward to check a different angle and just has Dalito covering the door for him, it could work a lot better, I think. But they've got the opening kill on Uzi, so let's see how they can do it. He's actually scoped up right through here, and he's not quite quick enough. He's going to go down. Scream with the 1 kill. Dalito completely flashed. Bomb right in front of him, but now he gets time to reload. Can't get the follow-up kill. Zed over from the forklift is going to get taken down. GMX with a good double here. And there's still a 2-on-2. 20 seconds left. Where is that bomb plant?
Oh, the molly goes down. This might get toasty here, but they're going to be able to dodge it. And now Epsilon just camp on this side. Fox, great shot onto Farmer, and GMX finds yet another frag. Another triple kill round for GMX in particular. And he pretty much brought his team back to a position where they could take that round with that kill on set and the one to follow it. I mean, that is just, again, GMX with the individual play. Him and Uzi both are doing magnificent work right now for Epsilon, sitting at the top of the board.
And I'm really concerned about Property setup in that A-bomb site. I feel like...
again, it's too much on Delpan, right?
Yeah, and the forklift, being over by the truck means they get smoked off. If they're in the bomb site, they were both essentially holding the same angle then. I mean, that's not really a good idea.
And we go for another force buy here from Property. Again, it reset their money, so they have to go for it. Flash in, peekaboo.
And no, it was a good opening. Now he's got 2 bullets left here. He's going to have to try and reload. But at least they got the return, and that's something. Zed taking a fight in the middle. They do have a couple of rifles still here. Like we talked about, they forced it up by even losing the round. They just keep going here. And it's not going to work out so well for them. It's a 2-on-3. And the bomb is going to go down to this B-bomb site just about any second. Delpan, he went for a chance knife on PM, and it just doesn't work out.
He couldn't pull a steal. Only steel can pull a steel. Or maybe he just found out that he was made of tin. That's a sad moment there for Delpan. Delito's he's got the AWP 1v3 camping out in CT, and he's just probably going to hide here and hope that he could be free because right now it's not looking too good for him at all. Epsilon
with the knife out. I immediately regret this decision.
Right. I mean, you saw him just turn away like, nope.
I cannot withstand firepower of this magnitude. Get me out of here. Yeah, that was not good, and especially because Property are only going to have this AWP going into the 11th round. Unless, of course, he gets found. He does get the first pick off here. Now it's all about hiding behind the van, and yeah, everyone else is going to have basically nothing. I wouldn't even be that much opposed to them just going for pistol armor, because 9 rounds is already so good for Epsilon. I think Property, they need to trust in this AWP to keep them alive.
They have to, well, exactly. They're going to have to count on big work coming out from him. Otherwise, it's you play passively with the op, and then you just kind of play in a position where you're going to be able to save. You're hoping that you can get the entry frag, but then if it doesn't work, you need to be in a position to get out of there just to hold on to that gun. If your team decides to force up in the next round, having that AWP could make the difference. But right now, it's going to be just aggressive peeking coming out here from Delito, actually checking up towards B, seeing if anybody's hanging around here for Epsilon. But so far, GMX is playing it pretty passively, just hiding out in Toxic and not showing anything.
And actually, that's that's just a nice tiny detail, because we've seen the other side of GMX playing the B-bomb side, where he's been really aggressive and peeking in towards Checkered. So this time, it's basically just GMX on guard duty, making sure they don't get flanked. That's all he wants to do. So those are just 2 different versions of playing the same position from the Epsilon point of view. It's kind of fun to catch little things like that. But actually, now that he's off guard, you can see the Farmer has been moving up quite aggressively. And well, that could have been a problem until PM found him. But yeah, bit of an attempt there.
Yeah, the Farmer got plowed.
That's right.
And now the question is, does Delito suffer the same fate? The smoke is going to clear eventually. He's kind of caught out in the open, and he's going for the big play here. He's trying to walk up close. Is he going to be able to sneak his way out here? He could potentially get out through A main.
He's got a kit. If you just walked all the way over and hoped for the best, it would have been kind of cool. But they're basically all around him.
He's gonna get out.
Escaping is definitely the best option right now.
Oh wow, the fadeaway shot. Does Delito make it? He gets caught on the edge. Oh, it's way too close. He's going to get the shot. They're going to be hot on his heels, though, but he's wrapping back around. I love this play. Delito with the mind games.
Best thing would be if he had enough time to just run in and defuse the bomb from Squeak. That would be the ultimate play.
Oh, he gets spotted out by Fox Yo, though. The game is up.
Try not to run into the bomb, but he's going to survive, yeah. And I don't think they can catch him yet. The Molotov. All right. He was just testing it. So, yeah, I mean, great play overall, right? 2 kills and saving the AWP, but if we look at the bigger picture, just take a step back here, it's still Epsilon with 10 rounds on the first half here. Yeah, this map is definitely not working out like Property had wanted.
No, so far, this is not playing out. I mean, it's a CT-sided map, but, you can still have a strong T-side. The question is, Property, mix 2 stand-ins. Are they going to be able to bring a T-side to the table? It's going to be really tough, especially versus what we saw from Epsilon earlier versus Hellraisers. So Uzi spots out a man on short, not going to get anything done there. It's going to be Delpan holding up close, and this time around, Delpan has that M4A1, so he could do some damage here, and Set already picking up the first kill on screen. Yeah,
Property definitely with slightly better position to deal with it, but it's only Delpan left, so the 1-on-4-1 trade doesn't work out so well for them, and GMX just keeps getting these entry frags, and now they've lost the bomb site, so...
Really nice flash as well there. Delpan, that was just unfortunate timing for him. Nicely timed for Epsilon, but for Delpan, he was in a good position, but that flash was just perfect for Epsilon to push through that smoke. And now, well, it's a 3-on-3 situation here. 3-on-2 now, 3-on-1. Delito, as I say, is now the last man alive here for Property, and he's just trying to back off and hold on to this AWP again.
Yeah, same scenario as last time. So it's a bit of a shame, because Property actually had decent positions to deal with the kind of smoke play that was coming in there. But when you lose that guy really early on, and Delpan had no backup, like the other 3 people on the map for Property were all the way past middle towards the B-bomb site. Yeah. They weren't even in middle where they could have just run up. Even if they had to run through smoke or something to help him out, there was nothing that... I mean, for Delpan to win that, he has to take at least 2 or 3 people with him for them to get back into the round, and that just didn't happen, so... Yeah.
It's almost as if Property missed the memo that Epsilon love A smoke rounds.
Well, I mean... Again, I think that their setup was better than previous. It still revolved around them getting some really great entry frags. They didn't.
Oh, well, the Farmer. This time around manages to pick up the entry on GMX in particular, which is a great frag to get, seeing as how Epsilon, I mean, he's been doing a lot of work for them. Uzi, Scream, Foxio, however, just striking right back, and they bring it into a 4-on-2 situation. Now Property still trying to perhaps pick up a gun. GMX, his AK is just so tantalizingly close.
They really want it.
You're not going to get it. Oh, you're going to get a barbecue instead. Oh,
I think that went just too far.
Well, he's blocked in the corner now. Delito, eyes on him. He's just looking at that vent. His escape. Can he make that jump? Oh, this bait. This bait is perfect.
Foxio trying to run away. 3-on-2 here. 13th round, and Epsilon no doubt going to win it. But I mean, you got to give it to Property. They've been keeping this hope alive how many rounds?
This is
like the 5th round. They've basically
for what? For Property? No, this is Delpan's op. This is Foxio's op. They just picked it up.
Oh, they just picked it up. Sorry.
Yeah. Foxio. But I guess you could say that they got revenge on Foxio. Delpan, does he get another one? Yes, he does. Very nicely done.
Yeah, the other op survived for like 3 rounds, or something, and then it was gone. You're right.
Foxio put an end to that op.
And now they're just like furiously hunting because they really don't care anymore in Epsilon. They have so much money to deal with whatever they want. Delpan, I will pick up the final kill. So, I mean, that kind of looks good on his personal scoreboard, but it doesn't look so good for Property overall. 12-1. Not sure what to say. Obviously, Epsilon combined this round and the next round, even if they lose it, they got plenty of banks. And again, 5 Molotovs. Can we just see like one round where they just firebomb the B-bomb site from outside? It'd be so much fun.
It would be sick because from Toxic you can put them through the windows and just bank them all over the place. I mean, that would be a very cool take strat. But right now, Epsilon actually going back to tried and true. They're just spread out across the map right now, making sure that Property can't push in and play aggressive anywhere. It's total map awareness right now for Epsilon.
And double up setup for Property is actually not that much of a bad idea. It's just very late in the game to try it, because I can think of nothing more depressing than Property realizing this double up setup works, but that they only did it in the 14th round. That would truly be sad. It's kind of a cool idea, especially because they can leave Delito over at the checkered and then potentially pull more people back to the middle if they wanted to. They just got to control the middle, because otherwise he's going to get faked out or sort of flanked from the vents too. And now that they lose mid control, it means Delito's position is very bad.
There's those mollies already. Going to work. It's going to slow things down here. JMX checking the angles, taking a little bit of a love tap there from his teammate. Delpan is going to go ahead and do one better, but then Foxio steps in and finds the headshot on him. So 4-on-3, now a 4-on-2 as the farmer gets overwhelmed. And this is looking like another Epsilon round. The bomb plant is going to happen in Property. Not really in positions to retake it, but they have to go. They need to get rounds on the board.
Nice reaction shot from Zed there. Almost brings down Uzi, but still leaves his teammate alone. And it will be the final kill coming in there. Yeah, from Scream, in fact.
It doesn't feel like we've seen too much of Scream, actually, in this half. And yeah, he's only sitting at 9 frags right now. Ever since that Delpan round.
Screamylicious.
Is it Screamylicious? It is Screamylicious.
That's what he's called himself. It's a great name.
Yeah, the Delpanator. I do like the Farmer, though. That's a better name.
Better than his original name, for sure. Well, Scream hiding in the corner, and actually Delito getting completely flashed here. Scream going for a bit of a spray down. Actually controls it rather well. Now GMX pushing in. They forgot to check the checkered room, but Foxio will make sure he takes care of that. And this is just, yeah, a complete steamroll here. We're looking at a 14-1 victory for Epsilon in the first half on this map.
Uzi. Oh, man. He couldn't have made that look any easier if he tried.
Wow.
Lives with 1 HP. That was perfection.
Not really much to talk about here.
Well, I mean, Epsilon showing that they can beast. I mean, now the question is, do they clean sweep? Do they just carry on from here? Like business as usual. Thank you very much, Property. But we're going to go ahead and collect this first map and move on to Dust 2, our second map here of the night. Or in this best of 3, rather.
I feel like... Okay, so Property have 2 stand-ins, and we're talking about Property playing a little bit like a mixed team, probably because of it. And one of the reasons why, one of the ways, and we can kind of see that was true, is when they had the double-up setup and they put Delito into the checkered room, which is a good idea initially, because he can kind of control the B-bomb site all on his own, or at least if anybody shows up, and even if he misses the shot, he can really still call for backup and say, I need some help. But that only works if Property is actually holding middle. Otherwise, he's in checkered, looking out towards Toxic, and in the meantime, they can just come through the vent if nobody's holding middle. So, and that was the big problem, because that just, I mean, and the other thing is, if they're holding middle, they can come and help him out through the vent. if somebody does come close. So I think that's like a clear sign that Property actually aren't playing all that much like a team, but they're kind of relying quite heavily on getting some sick frags. And well, GMX is doing just that. Excellent headshots to start off the bidding here.
He's bid fairly high. Looks for that third one. Delito just barely getting into checkered there, but he's losing his teammates left and right. Uzi with the double kill of his own. GMX hunting for that third frag. He's not going to get it. Delito with the double kill, in fact. He's going to start things off. But it's going to be that 15th round for Epsilon, and now Epsilon are going to have the guns. They have everything they need here to close out this first map in style. Property have to go for a force buy and just cross their fingers and hope for the best. They need to take the next 14 rounds in a row. And PM is going for the Pro 90.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure I can't even really come up with anything truly positive to say here about what's going on for Property, and they are getting shut down all over the board. We've got 2 deals left, so the best thing I can say is maybe we could hope for like a 1 dig, but it's not even going to happen. That is a victory if I've seen one. 16